really happy with our guys. You know, these couple of weeks are really the toughest weeks that you're gonna play games. You're in exams. You know, you're like, even for example, St. Louis is, I think this is their last game before they go home for Christmas break. So you got a lot of different things on your mind. The schedule's not the same. You know, we're practicing at a different time because we don't have class. I told these guys that this will be the toughest team that we have played at home this year. And they're good. You know, when you look at the fact that Jimerson can really score the basketball, Hargrove Jr. is really good, and then obviously they've added a two-time transfer who's kind of completely changed their team. So we had to throw the record out of the window because it didn't matter what their record was coming in, even though they're 7-5. We knew we were going to play a good team on our home floor that if you don't lock in, then certainly it wouldn't have been a great outcome. I thought our second half was tremendous. We had a 27-9 run. We had 10 assists in the second half. Ben Middlebrooks came in and gave us a big lift. I thought DJ was really good. It was great for Casey to see the ball go back in the hole. So excited. We just want to build on it and move on from this one.
You were
Questions?
0 for 8 from 3 in the first half, and then 9 for 17 in the second half. Did you just have that feeling they were going to go in at some point, or was there some doubt there?
Well, I thought we took some, Chip, I thought we took some questionable ones. I didn't think we took rhythm three-point shots. I thought we forced a couple of them. We didn't pass the ball in the first half. You know, when I got the stat sheet and we had 3 assists, I almost lost my mind. And certainly in the second half, we made plays. We made plays for each other. We had 10 assists. And so I think when we moved the ball, this team was really good. I thought we were a little bit more individuals than a team as far as offensively early in the first half.
There was a stretch where I think DJ had a very favorable matchup, and the players on the court knew to get him the ball pretty much almost every trip down. Does that just kind of show how the team is understanding what he does in the post against certain kind of players?
Yeah, you know what? He's a pressure release for us. He's our another point guard on the floor, and we look for different matchups. And so obviously we thought he had advantage. We needed someone to score at the time, and you know the great thing about DJ, he can score in the post, but he did a great job of kicking the ball out to DJ Horn for a 3. But we liked the matchup that we saw.
Your veteran players, when you needed baskets in the second half, it seemed like they were the ones who stepped up. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I thought our, you know, you look at DJ Horn, I thought he made big plays. I thought Casey Morcell made big plays. I thought DJ Burns made good plays. And then I thought Ben came in and was really, really good. And you're right, you know, when you got some transfer guys, as we go through the season, we're trying to figure out now who takes those shots, who makes those plays. I thought Michael O'Connor was really good. Thought he was solid. He ran our team. He did a good job. He found people. And those are our older guys on our team.
Coach Keatts, one thing you guys did well all night was force turnovers and score up those turnovers, 29-0 total. Just how important was that category in the win? Yeah,
we're a really good basketball team. It looks like we forced. We got 29 points off our defense. When we're active and we get our 40 deflections and we're in the passing lane and we're getting some of our offense off our defense, is really good for us. And so I was really happy for that. I thought our conditioning kicked in the second half. I thought, you know, by the fact that we played so many guys and, you know, this is kind of what I'm looking for, to wear people down. I thought some of that had to do with our conditioning.
Coach, obviously they weren't incredibly productive tonight, but getting Cam Woods and MJ Rice back in, they helped you all win the game tonight. As you work them in, how much does it help your team just having those 2 extra bodies that can play at a high level?
Yeah, Miles, and that's a great question, Miles. Those guys are going to be good. If I was writing for NC State, I wouldn't write how much they're playing right now. Yeah. You know, it's a process, and I actually had to step back a little bit because I was throwing 2 guys in the game who had no idea what they were doing. And so we even talked about, you know, I want to play this game on Saturday, you know, and then, you know, go home for a break, and then get those guys back here on the 27th. We don't play till the January 3rd, and be able to get them some reps. And so they both can help us. They both will help us. They both are really good basketball players. But it's a little unfair that we're throwing them in the mix right now when they really don't know what they're doing. Like they don't know ball screen coverage. They're just out there just hooping. And I thought both of them have had great moments. But I've had to step back a little bit and say, hey, let me figure out now how to inch these guys in, do a little bit more teaching from film, put them in more practice situations. But Miles, they both are going to be good basketball players for them. So I don't want anybody writing, oh man, Cam don't get but this and MJ Rice only get. Has nothing to do with the fact that their ability is just they don't know what they don't know. You know?
Cam was saying there were times when he wasn't sure he'd get to play this year because of the situation. Just how's his attitude been throughout, leading up to the point where he was able to play?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, it's the first time ever in my career that a guy has been inserted in December, in early December, who thought he would have to sit out, who thought we were putting an appeal in, waiting for the appeal to come back. Now, I've had one or two guys that was eligible after exams late, but never a situation where a guy is probably locked in and said, man, you know what, it's more likely I'm not going to play, and then all of a sudden you got to play. Now you're like, man, I got to shift my whole mentality. And so give credit to both of those guys, because they both are patient. They both are frustrated because they both like to play, but they don't know what they don't know. Yeah.
You mentioned stepping back 11 games into the season, one more before conference play. What area do you think your team has improved the most in since the beginning of the season, and what things do you think they need to work on?
You know, I think we've improved as a group as far as chemistry. I think we're starting to understand who's a hot man, who to get the ball to. Defensively, we're clicking a little bit more. You know, we had been really good defensively defending the three-point line, you know, for probably 6 or 7 games. And if you look at 2 of the games that we lost, BYU and Tennessee, I think we gave up 12 and 14. We talked about that going into this game. The three-point line is a great equalizer, and we've got to do a good job. And they came out and they defended. I think we've gotten better defensively, understanding how to get into presses. You know, early in the season, man, we were a mess. We were playing hard, but not playing smart. And I think we're starting to play smarter now. The things we got to continue to work on is, you know, I want us to get a little bit more finishing possessions. Tonight, I thought we did a good job against Tennessee. We gave up 15 offensive rebounds. Could not get out and run because we didn't finish possessions with defensive rebounds.
You talked about the three-point line. You know, DJ Horn the last few games just shot the ball well from there. What has it been like for you to see him get going there?
Well, he's a scorer, and he can really score the basketball, and he's seeing a big rim now. You know, I think at the beginning of the year, he was shooting about 30%, and people are like, man, what is wrong with DJ Horn? He had to learn how to play the way we play, meaning getting after you, pressing, playing defense. This is the first time this young man's ever played defense in his life, and that's not an indictment on anybody that coached him. I'm just asking him to play full court, and now he's starting to realize that if you're in great shape, it won't affect you on the offensive end.
In honor of National Signing Day and take out Breon Pass, which of your guys over the years you thought could have been a really good football player?
You talking about this year's team?
Any years.
I could see, and I don't know if he can play, I could see MJ Rice being a good tight end. I could see that. You know, Breon Pass is Breon Pass. You know, Taquavion Smith swears up and down he was a big-time receiver. Like, he's told me that like a million times. Like, man, I was a big-time. Some of you guys follow him. Maybe they put him in one game.
They put him in one game.
Yeah, that's what I said. He swear. How about the night that he had? Did anybody look at his stats from the day? 40 points. Very efficient, too. 6 for 10 from 3. But I would say, if I'm going to believe Taquavion Smith, I would say he was a receiver. I don't believe him.
What about the Keatts kid? Has he got any?
No. The toughness stopped with me at the football field.
Does the net ranking affect your late game substitutions at all? Like if you look at the scoreboard and you want to say like, maybe keep the starters in a little bit longer, beef that up so it's a, you know, in general way?
I can't figure it out. I really, I tried. I'll be honest with you. I can't figure it out. I looked at it. I made the mistake of looking at it the other day. So we lose to Tennessee, who was like 12, and they go up 4 spots, and we lost by 9, and we went down 12 spots on a neutral court. I just can't figure it out. And so I'm to the point now where I don't look at it. I'm not going to look at it anymore. I'm just going to try to get our team prepared to win games. To answer your question, I'm never going to try to embarrass another coach or any of that thing. I'm playing, and whatever the score it is, but I'm not going to try to play to the net. I guess the biggest way to play to the net is win your games. You know?